Welcome to MetalVice In 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
And what are we talking about, Karen?
We're going to talk about going to eat at Eat Crow in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, so we've done at least one of these with the Brutal Poodle.
Brutal Poodle in Denver, yes.
And there's Kuma's here in Chicago. We still need to do in a few other places here in Chicago. But the thought of this sort of subgenre of the 666 series, as we're calling them, or sub-series, aka subgenres, is all about metal and rock-themed restaurants and bars that we go to while we just go out exploring. So clearly this is a metal-themed restaurant or bar, or at least an aspect of it is, that you found online.
Yeah. So I don't even know how I found this, but it was after we went to St. Louis in May of 2023.
For the Bloody Wood show.
For the Bloody Wood show.
We were there for just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Like we drove down there that morning. We left the next morning.
So this time we drove down for St. Louis for another show, but we had a longer time period and we wanted to find like a metal theme bar, I think, or somehow you knew of this.
I think I started looking after the May show. I started looking, so I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if every time we go to a city, we see if there's a metal themed bar and then we go visit, sort of thing.
Yeah, so you found this, and then we ended up going there.
I found the Crow's Nest, which I thought was in St. Louis, but it's actually in Maplewood, Missouri.
Oh, which is like a suburb?
It's a suburb, yeah.
Okay.
So the Eat Crow is like the sister restaurant, like their own, or they seem to be the same.
Oh, okay.
So the Crow's Nest versus Eat Crow is the one that we went to, which is on 12th Street. It's 1931 South 12th Street in St. Louis. And it's in like this really, really cool old area of St. Louis. Well, it's kind of the start of it because we walked from downtown to get there.
In the pouring rain.
In the pouring rain, yes. Well, we talked about going the night before, but I wanted to go because they have Metal Brunch. Both locations have Metal Brunch. And I was like, well, I'd rather go to Metal Brunch than just go to a bar to eat, sort of thing.
Yeah. And I guess it's probably a metal themed bar all the time, or
possibly,
maybe not. I don't know. During Metal Brunch, they definitely had metal music playing. Yeah. You wanted to go for Metal Brunch, so we ended up going for Metal Brunch. The bar itself is pretty small. There's a giant square bar in the center, and there's a few tables on one side of it, a few on the other. Yeah. A small walkway behind where basically we sat on the bar with a coin pusher. And this day where all the kids were running up to trying to get quarters, and they even went up to the bar and asked for quarters, and they had some for the first time, but the next time they had no quarters. So they ran across the street to the other restaurant and exchanged cash for quarters. So they come and do that was kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, I didn't
so
know
if you're going and want to do the coin pusher, bring quarters. Any hoodles. I felt like it was somewhat small. They had a patio that wasn't open, obviously, because of the rain and whatnot. That would have been kind of cool to check out.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool.
The brunch itself, for food-wise, do you remember what you got?
I got chicken fried steak with eggs and toast.
How was it? Was it good?
It was fine, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I had waffles and bacon, and it was fine. It wasn't anything like, oh my God, this is great.
I think that's where I'm at. It's like diner food, kind of. That's how I was putting it. Or like in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's just not just diner food. I shouldn't say it that way. But it's not metal. So the Metal Brunch, they had metal music playing very lightly. It was not loud at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like anything on their menu is metal themed like Kuma's is. It's not like, oh, here's the Slayer burger, or here's the,
Even the Brutal Poodle was sort of metal themed, and like with their cocktails and whatnot.
Yeah. So this doesn't have, it didn't seem like anything was like that. So it's more just like a bar that does Metal Brunch where they play metal music. But we didn't know until we got there.
We didn't know until we got there. Yeah. It's still a really cool spot.
It is really cool. And I like the area so much. I think it's called in like the Solgrad or something area. But it's just like all these old buildings and
definitely older sort of factory-ish type buildings.
Yeah. Brick buildings,
Yeah, we ended up walking from here to another little area to go get records. I can't remember the name of the record store. But
I can't either now.
We posted on our Instagram. We'll put the name up somewhere in here. But we walked over there, and again, you're walking in like basically neighborhoods down these streets. So it's like in definitely a very neighborhoody area, but also like 2 blocks away from a very busy street as well.
Oh,
like the highway or something.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad we went and checked it out.
Oh yeah, me too.
It just, I don't know, it wasn't necessarily the best metal themed place we've been.
No, but it's cool. I mean, yeah,
I'd definitely
cool.
go again. Don't get me wrong. For sure.
I'm wondering if they play. So when we were there, there was actually, gosh, I can't remember what the name is. Maybe you could put it up if you can find it. But like, there was a pancake artist.
I do have a video. I'll throw that up there. Yeah.
So and the pancake artist was like live streaming on a screen, and basically making photo or pancakes of things for the kids. Like they had dogs and like it seemed like there was another little kid there and stuff. So
yeah, so they did Taylor Swift. I took a video of that for our niece so she can see that. The little girls who were probably like 6 or 7 or so at most.
I don't know. I'm bad at judging age.
Really young, mainly because they had these, I'm saying that mainly because they had these stuffed animals with them of dogs that they went up and had him just basically look at that dog, stuffed animal, and he did a pancake of that. Another table had like a wedding photo. He did a wedding photo of like these people's parents, and there was another person who did like their child or something like that. So he's doing these pancake art things, which were kind of cool to see.
Yeah, but since what I was gonna say is like he was live streaming on that screen, so I'm wondering if they play movies maybe on that screen or something.
The TV behind us had an anime on.
Oh, okay.
So I did see that because there's one point when we're sitting there and I saw like this flashing light over your shoulder. I'm like, holy shit, is it lightning? Because again, it was like pouring down rain. Yeah. And I looked over to see what was going on, and it was like this anime movie going on with like a fight scene or something. So, and then they had sort of like knickknacks all over the wall. They had like E.T., I think, was one of the knickknacks on the wall, and a bunch of other cool shit. Again, I have a video. I'll throw that video up as we talked if I haven't already. But I don't know. It was a cool thing. It was a fun thing. Cool. Yeah. The prices were fine. The food was fine. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is great.
But you don't like brunch either. Like if we would have went for dinner and got cheeseburgers or something, it might have been better.
Like breakfast.
Yeah.
And there wasn't, I don't remember the menu, but I don't think there was.
But it was like a special burger. But I'm sure you could have just been like, hey, can I just get a cheeseburger?
I could have. I probably should have done that, honestly. I hate fucking breakfast food. I'm not going to lie. I already just could have got like 2 orders of bacon and been fine there. Yeah. But all in all, it was fun. I'm glad you found it. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah.
If you go back to St. Louis, I'd probably check it out again. I would.
Maybe, or try to see if there's something else to check out.
I try to go at night and do like the patio. Like that seems like that'd be a great patio just to sit out on and relax.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially, I mean, it sounded like they had music going on out there, which was louder than in the restaurant itself.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, when we walked by.
I don't remember that. Music. It was raining, so I was wanting to get the fuck in.
Yeah. And it kind of sucked. So how we walked was, so we stayed at the Hilton at the ballpark, but how we walked, we had to walk by like the interstate.
Yeah.
And like we've said multiple times now, it was raining, and it was like one of those moments where I just felt like a car was going to splash us. So if you go, maybe drive or get an Uber.
Or go when it's not raining.
Yeah, because the walk wasn't bad. I mean, like
it wasn't that bad.
Maybe
even
a mile and a half.
Yeah, and even driving or walking by like the interstates and whatnot, they still had roads you could like sidewalks.
Oh yeah, there was sidewalks. Yeah,
there's a sidewalk the entire way over there. The splashing aspect for sure, because there were a few moments where like the road was flooded because of the heavy rain.
Yeah.
And if a car had drove at that moment we were walking by, we would have gotten splashed, which would have sucked even worse.
Yeah.
They do have merch as well, like t-shirts and whatnot. We picked up the Eat Crow Volume 1 cookbook, which I haven't even really looked at. They have really cool photos of the location in here.
I think it's actually the Crow's Nest location.
Oh, is it the Crow's Nest location? Yeah. Okay. But we talked to the guy and he's like, yeah, during COVID, we're like every place around, every restaurant, every bar, we're trying to find ways to make money to stay open. And they came up with this cookbook, and he's like, there's a bunch of stuff in here that is off menu that our cooks make, that are some of their favorite things they make. So they all threw recipes together to throw in this cookbook. It was like $10, so really not that bad and really kind of cool. So I'll have to dig through this and see if there's anything in here that
you would eat.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it's a burger, like just make me a burger and whatnot. Right. But you might find stuff in here you might like.
I went through it and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of good or whatever. But half the stuff in there, I'm like, I don't think you're going to eat it.
Oh, should they have like tips? Like when doing this, while doing this.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
With notes. Honestly, I don't know if that's in all cookbooks. I've never seen. I don't really look at cookbooks, but I don't know. That was a cool little thing that they had that we picked up. But yeah, that's Eat Crow. It was a good time. Good food, fine food for me, fine for you, good for you.
It was fine. It was diner food, yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of really cool metal themed, rock themed restaurants, events out there. We've been to a handful, looking for more. So if you have any recommendations, by all means, let us know, and we'll check those out maybe someday. But Eat Crow, definitely worth your time to stop in and have some brunch.
Bye.